word. You did not say none of that shit. You did not have that same energy, so stop fucking lying. What's poppin' YouTube? And I'm back at you with another video. It's been 4 months, maybe 5. A lot has happened in that time period. But those are story times for another day. So, I got my notes for today's story time. Because I don't like to forget anything. This story time is about, and I don't know the title yet, gotta think about it. New Year's Eve with fake friends. I was better off spending it with my family rather than being with those fake people. But that's not a story time for another day because it's gonna be for today. So, in order to get into the story time, I gotta give you a little backstory on how it happened. Story time is gonna be the connections, the friendships, and how everything came to be and how everything played out at the end. So, I don't remember if y'all remember the story time when I got drugged at the bar, but definitely there was a character in there. Her name was Mariah, and she is still going to get her own story time because, child, fake ain't even a word for her. Because the girl fake. She act hard, but she plastic. That's pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah. So Mariah's still getting her own story time, but she plays like a tiny part. And I'm not gonna give you like the fallout of me and her yet, because that's gonna be in her story time. But let's just say, so Mariah and I went out because we did become back friends. I know, stupid me, right? We did become back friends and we went out, and then I introduced her to this dude that I work with, and we're gonna give him a name, and it's gonna be Lepcon. Cause, child, y'all remember those Leprechaun movies? He seemed like a good person, but as soon as you trust him, he's sticking his claws in your neck and killing you over his gold. That's what he is, Leprechaun. So, boom, them two meet because of me, because I introduced Leprechaun to Mariah. That plays a part with them two in the other story time. So yeah, but as of right now, this story time is solely, not solely based on Leprechaun, but he's a part of the friend group. So I'm just going to introduce you to everybody that's going to be a part of this story time and then make the connections. So Leprechaun, after me and Mariah fell out, Leprechaun stayed friends with her, which, red flags right there. Should have seen them. I don't know why I missed these red flags, but I do. And the situation of our fallout was extremely messy. It had nothing to do with Leprechaun, which, yeah. But yeah, you're gonna see what I'm talking about at the end of the story time, or at the end of the story time. So they became friends because of me, but they stayed friends after me and her stopped being friends. Then we're gonna introduce y'all to the second person that this story time is really about as well, and we're gonna give her the name Dust Bucket. Yes, and that's going to be her name, period, because she is dusty. Not because she's dusty, but like her actions are dusty, her personality's dusty, like she's a dusty person. But yeah, so she's Dusty, Dust Bucket. I like Dusty too, but we're gonna call her Dust Bucket. But if you hear me say Dusty while I'm telling the story time, just know that's the same person. And I actually became friends with her because we worked together. But she was like a little bit persistent on being my friend. Like, she would always ask me to hang out or whatever. She was really persistent. And eventually, like, because I didn't want to make friends at work. I really didn't. But eventually I gave into it and I became her friend. And we started hanging out or whatever. Our first initial hangout wasn't like the best. It was mainly because of her attitude. Like, she had like a little steak attitude the whole night. But I put that aside, and that's a red flag that I missed. But I put it aside and gave her the benefit of the doubt. And that's what I need to stop doing. It's a whole new year, 2022. We ain't doing that no more. No benefit of the doubts for nobody that gives me red flags. But yeah. So that's how I became friends with Dust Bucket. And then we're going to name this other person. She's not a significant part of the story, but she was there. So we're going to name her Amber. I never actually talked to Amber before the gathering, so like that's why I said she's not really a big part. But if you hear me mention her, just know she's just just there. And then we have Ben. Ben and I actually went to high school together, so that's how I knew Ben originally. But I didn't know I went to high school with Ben until Ben mentioned it to me, because Ben was in a higher grade than me, so I didn't really know him. He graduated with like my brothers. And then we have Ava. Ava and I became friends because I hit her up one day and I said we should hang out, you know, if you ever want to like get out or whatever. And she was down and she was cool, and she's still cool to this day, and I still fuck with Ava, period. So then we have Ava. That she is definitely somebody in the story time that I trust a lot. And then we have Samir. And Samir he's a part of the story time, but like Samir was gone for like majority of it, so like he kind of isn't, but his name gets brought up a lot. And Samir is a guy that I like, that I worked with, and that we started talking or whatnot. So he's a part of the story time, but technically he's not, because he wasn't even present. He wasn't even here. Baby boy was gone, but yet his name get brought up in all around. But yeah. So now that we introduced all of the parties of the story time, what we're gonna go into is the details, or the dynamic. The dynamic of the friend group. So who hung out with who and who was friends with who, and how we all came to be. If you know, you know. But so I hung out with Lepcon and Dust Bucket, but not together. I hung out with Lepcon and Ava together, and then Ava by herself. I hung out with Dust Bucket by herself. So none of them were like, Ava and Lepcon was kind of friends, and yeah, but we all did our own thing. So we wasn't a friend group. We just kind of came together that night. And then Ben and Amber were friends. I missed the whole character, y'all. So go back a little bit. We been seeing Brittany. Brittany is a really cool chick, but I really did forget to mention her. She hung around Ben, Dust Bucket, and Amber. The people I see her talk to, and Lepcon. So, but not together, more like on their own, or not hung out with, but talked to. So I seen her talk to all of them. Brittany is a part of the story time too, but like I said, she's not a significant role because she wasn't there either. So yeah. And I think I've hung out with Ava and Lepcon the most. Like, those are my peeps. Like, those are the people I hung around the most, or those people I talk to the most, open up with the most. Like, those are my people. So I thought. And I rarely hung out with everyone else except for Samir. Samir is the boy that I like. And I guess we could go ahead and give you the little backstory to me and Samir. So Samir and I started talking because I liked him, and so I slid in the DMs. I did, and we started talking, and we was talking ever since then. Like, he is a good dude. Like, to me he's significant to me, but he's not significant to the story time. Boom. Just kidding. So yeah, Samir is a character, but just not a fake character. So how did the New Year's Eve party came to be? How did it happen? Where did it come from? What happened after? Like, tell us a story, Jayla. Is that what y'all waiting for? Because I'm waiting for it. So, Ben and Brittany, remember, they're friends. I was friends with Ben, but I was friends with only Ben, and Brittany was just kind of like around, but they were their own friends. It's kind of like confusing. So Ben hit me up because Ben and Brittany was planning. They wanted to plan something for New Year's Eve, like a little party, a kickback, something. Like, they wanted to do something within a group, like of everybody, wanted to get everybody together. And so I was like, okay, yeah, we definitely can do that. I was like, so when do y'all want to do it? They were like, we don't know what we want to do, blah, 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 blah. And I remember that Brittany, when she was talking to Dust Bucket and I, she was like, something about she wanted to have a lingerie party, or she wanted to do something after we had a Christmas party like a while back, and she wanted to do something for that, but we never linked because it was just a wild night and everybody had literally their own plans. So they wanted to make up for that day we was all supposed to hang out. So I said, hey, why don't we just do a pajama party, because that's what everybody wanted to do, like, you know, prior. And so they was down with it. They said, cool, pajama party that it is. So Ben tells me, you know, go ahead and invite people. I say, invite who? They say, anybody, everybody, you know, the people, the best group. I should not say that in there. I'm gonna edit that part out. Invite all the people we work with. So I'm like, okay, I can do that. And so that's what I did. I called everybody's phones to make, because I was gonna make a group chat and put everybody in it, and I called everybody's phone to make sure that everybody was down to go that wanted to go. And I even added my sister, which I gave her a name as well. My sister name is Simone, and my cousin, but she wasn't a part of it, but my cousin, I can't even take my name because I didn't even give her one, and my cousin. So Simone and my cousin, but my cousin ended up backing out because she had caught COVID or something, so she couldn't go. So yeah, anyways, I was about to say, I forgot. Oh, so I called each and every person, like, that's Becky, blah blah blah. She was like, yeah, because she thought she was going to Atlanta, but she ended up not going, so she was down to go. Amber was down to go, Ben was down to go, Ava, everybody, yes. So I got yeses from everybody. And so so then I make a group chat and I put everybody in it, and then Ben said he's going to drop the details when he thinks of the time that he will want everybody, because it was going to be at Ben's house. So Ben was the host, or he was like a co-host, because him and Brittany were the hosts, and I was just the party planner as far as getting the guests together and the list together and who's all coming. Head count. I was head count girl. That's who I was. I was giving out head counts. But yeah. So that's how the group came to be. So there was the first incident that should have been a red flag for me that I didn't notice. So Ben sent out the details or whatever, and he was like, if you drink, you stay, which was fine, but like, you know, it's supposed to be a pajama party. And then he said, bring an air mattress. And you know me, I have a very goofy personality and I always show it, period. No problems, nothing. And he goes like, what he said? Oh, he said bring an air mattress. So I put air mattress, like I was gonna say dress. What you mean an air mattress? And I was like, I ain't buying no air mattress. Like, you know, being funny. I was not gonna buy an air mattress, but I was also being funny. But I didn't put the gif because I think something happened at work and I was busy. So I had just sent the text, like, you know, he gonna know that I was playing around, right? Yeah, not right. So I'm just going through the day as normal, like no problems there. And I was calling Ben, so I was calling Ben to let him know that I was looking for pajamas, so I didn't have none yet. And I went to the store on lunch break or whatever, but he wasn't answering. Usually he always answers. Not saying that he answers every time I call, but you know, he's like pretty good at answering his phone, period, like in general. And he was like, hold on. And he was like, he was going to something. Oh no, we were talking about what happened in the group chat after that. In the group chat after I posted the little air mattress thing, Dust Bucket decided to comment in a group chat, and she was like, basically, like, she was being very snobby, and she was like, don't come. Like, what you mean don't come? Like, excuse me, no one was talking to you. Like, I don't know why she felt the need to say things, and then when she say things, she's very rude about it. But the funny thing about it is, we literally talked about this in person, like face to face, and she was like, "Why, girl, why you asked about the air mattress?" And I was like, "No, I was just saying in general, I was just playing." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And it turns around and texts the little snobby text messages where she say, "Don't come." Should I read the text messages? I'm not gonna post them up because anybody feel like all that, and don't. When I texted it, I put air mattress. I said, the hell, said I ain't wasting my money when I have a bed at home. It was a joke. Somebody hearted it. So Dust Bucket did heart it, and my cousin hearted it because she was still in the group chat at the time, because she was originally coming. And then she said, this is what she texted, right? So she was like, girl, didn't nobody say buy an air mattress? And I said, Jayla doesn't have an air mattress laying around, so what do you mean? Anybody say buy it? If I don't have it, I'm gonna have to buy it. But yeah, so like when she started being, I knew that she was being smart when she said that, because it just didn't sit right with me when I literally just talked to her in person. So then she goes to say, well then don't stay. And then she changes it. She sends another text and she was like, or just use a blanket and pillows. And then my cousin said sleep on the floor, and I said LOL, it's carpet, like he has carpet in his house, like you're not gonna sleep on a hard floor. And then she was like, make a pallet and just offering options, and an air mattress, you basically sleeping on the floor anyway. And she's like, oh okay. That's my cousin saying, okay, that's fine. And I said, okay, air mattress and pallet is optional. Like, okay. So then I'm going through my day as normal, like not even knowing. Like I called Ben to talk about the situation, and I feel like she was trying to be funny when she was texting, because what you mean, because we literally just talked about this in person. So she definitely was trying to be funny, because little did I know homegirl been doing a lot of funny things that I just didn't know about. Yeah, so she's like, she's upset about it, blah. So whatever. So I called Ben, and I was calling Ben and he wasn't answering. So I feel like I didn't feel like he had a problem with it or whatever. I think he was just, I just thought he was busy at work, whatever. And he answered and he was like, oh, he was busy, blah. And then I was like, yeah, I don't know why Dust Bucket had an attitude when I was just joking. Like I told him, I was like, I was just joking. Like, I hope you know I was just joking. And he was like, yeah. Like, okay. And then we talked for a little bit, and he was like, call me, you done, blah. Fast forward. I know I just said that really fast because it was very irrelevant to the plot of the story, but it was an incident that happened before the actual events. Fast forward, I get home, you know, trying to get settled down so that I can, you know, get comfortable. And I get a phone call, and we're gonna name this person because it could be anybody. I'm not gonna tell you who it is. Out of all the people in the friend group, it could have been anybody that called me. So when I say this name, it's Anon, which means anonymous. I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus. Anonymous called me, and Anonymous let me know that Anonymous heard people talking about me at work. And I was like, what do you mean? And then Anonymous goes to say, oh, you know, I heard people talking about you at work, and they was basically upset about my comment about the air mattress thing. And I was like, I'm like so sick of that comment. Like, it was definitely a joke. Like, if I was so for real, I would have been mad. Like, no, it was a joke. Like, people can't take jokes. I don't understand. But anyway, then I never offended nobody just because I said I was gonna buy an air mattress. Like, okay, like how does that affect anybody but me? Then I'm not gonna have nowhere to sleep. Why does it matter? And then so I was like, okay, thank you, Anonymous, thank you for telling me this. And I did, however, reach out to somebody else and got another input on it. I'm not gonna tell you who, because then you're gonna rule that person out from being anonymous. And that person said, you didn't say nothing wrong, like you're good. To me, you're good. Like, I didn't see nothing wrong with that text. And if anybody's mad about it, then let them be mad. But me, I'm the type of person, like, I don't want to throw off the vibe before we're supposed to all hang out, you know? Unless I feel very disrespected, then I'm throwing off the vibe. But I didn't feel disrespected, so I texted everybody and I said, this text was originally a joke. I keep forgetting that you all don't know me that well. You can never tell when I'm playing, when I'm being serious, and definitely wasn't for real when I texted this. And I was like, good night, because I didn't want to argue with nobody about the text. A few other people texted in there, but it was all irrelevant stuff. Yeah. So yeah, because my sister hearted it, because she's like, I know that you were just playing, but just ignore it. We're gonna go there to have a good time, pretty much. Simone said that. So then fast forward. The weekend is around the corner. We about to turn up. We about to have fun. Everybody's hyped. We did lose a few fallen soldiers that could not show up. My girl Ava couldn't come. My cousin didn't come, and some other people, but I'm not 100% sure. I didn't give nobody else names, but yeah, they couldn't come. But it would have been fun if they would have been there. The people who did come was Lepcon, Dust Bucket, Brittany, Amber, Ben, and Simone, and me. So those were all the people that was there. And we're turning up. We get there, we're having fun, we're drinking, we're turned. We real turned. We having fun and we turned up and we not stopping for nobody. Now let me stop being ghetto. So we turned up, we having fun. Like, it's a good night, it's a vibe. Like, I have videos. I'm gonna insert clips of the videos right here. Baby, open your eyes to the bowl, because this is where you about to see me having a good time. And I'm gonna post up my sister And then when I get into the details of later, I'm going to post up those pictures, but I'm going to have emojis over those people's faces. But yeah, because this is with proof that I was hanging out with these people and they was being fake behind my back. But yeah, so we having a good time. Is lit. We having a ball. Like, I'm telling you, we having a ball. Like, it's so fun. And New Year's come around, we said we take our New Year's shot. I have a clip of that. Take our New Year's shot, and after that, it's a blur. Like, I know that my sister and I were the last. Like, everybody didn't even stay. They ended up going home. My sister and I was the last to leave, and we told them Ben to have a nice night, and we skedaddled after that, you know. So then the following morning, we're all supposed to meet up for brunch. So I'm probably not going to insert this part of the story time in here because it's very irrelevant. So we're just going to look fast forward from that part. But they text in the group chat. We're like, what time is breakfast? What time is brunch? Brunch or breakfast? I think it's breakfast. Anyways, we're asking what time do we need to come over there for food. And we didn't really get a clear answer, but Ben was like, I'm cooking now or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking somebody's going to say when they're coming. I already got dressed. I'm already dressed. I beat my face a little bit. And so what? It's the weekend. I can put my makeup on if I want to. Because who gonna tell me otherwise? Oh, okay. So I did my makeup. I got dressed and I'm just waiting for the to-go text. Because I'm going to be out the door ready to go. Because that's what I'm doing. So nobody ever says anything. And I'm just like watching TV. I'm just like, why nobody ain't texting me? So I texted everybody and I was like, what time does it start? And they were like, oh, we're already here. We already started eating. I'm just like, okay. So I was like, never mind. So then I was like, okay. So I just, as soon as they got that text, I shut the door, lock it, boom, I'm on my way. And well, I called Dust Bucket first and asked where Dust Bucket was, and Dust Bucket was like, oh, she had car trouble or something like that. Then I called Lepcon and I asked where Lepcon was, and Lepcon was like, well, he said it in a very, very smart ass way that I didn't catch until like as I started thinking about the story. He was like, well, you just gonna come and eat? You can't sit and talk? Like, no one said they was over there, so what are you talking about? Like, why are you being rude? And I'm gonna tell you why he was being rude when I get further down in the story time, because it's a reason why he was doing that. So, and he's never rude to me on the phone. So like now I'm just like, okay. So I thought I was tripping, but I was like, you know what? Maybe it's just my overactive imagination, because Leprechaun tells me all the time that I'm an overthinker. So of course I'm gonna say, I'm just overthinking the situation, but I'm not. And that was a red flag from the start. So I'm just like, okay, because I thought I was tripping, but I was like, all right. I got his phone, headed over there. I got there in 2.5 seconds. Yes, I did. Fast. Got there real fast. Got in there, everybody like, hey, yo, what's up, y'all? You know, and I'm like, hey, y'all, woo. And I said, why y'all didn't tell me? You know, having a ball. We get my food, we sitting down, we're playing games, we're talking, we're like deep talks, we're having a good time. Like it's a genuine good time. I wasn't gonna drink because I did drink the night before and I was still kind of hungover, but I made sure I got up and I made sure that I was there because I said that I would be there. And I'm that type of person, when I tell you that I'm gonna come somewhere, I will be there, period. No matter what the case may be. If I say I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. And that's just me, that's my character, that's who I am. But yeah, so fast forward, it's like it's getting kind of late. I have stuff to do that I was supposed to do because I didn't know we was gonna stay over there that long. So like, let's say I got there at 12, let's say I got there at 11:12 and I left at 4:12. And I'm just like, all right, y'all, like, you know, I got stuff to do. I had fun. I even texted the group chat and I said I had an amazing time with y'all. Thank you so much. Like, yeah. And then I leave. And then my rest of my day goes by as normal and I do what I need to do, etc., etc., etc. Fast forward into the future. Sunday comes around the corner. And then Sunday is where all hell breaks loose. And let me say it again for the ones in the back that didn't hear. All hell breaks loose on Sunday. So I started my Sunday as normal. Little, you know, tired from the weekend, trying to get ready for, you know, Monday. And get my day started. So I thought. Every time I think about this, I just get even more frustrated with everything. I don't know. But anyways, then I get a phone call from Anon. Anonymous. Just in case y'all forget who Anon is. Anon's like, I gotta tell you something. My camera cut off, you guys. But okay. Anon calls me, and Anon tells me that Anon gotta tell me something. And I'm saying it like that for a reason, because I'm not trying to give no gender eliminations or anything like that. So when Anon called and said they gotta tell me something, they basically like take a seat, because I got the tea. Apparently, all your business was aired like celebrities' hot gossip. And I'm like, what you mean my business was aired? When I tell you, Anon started going into details, and see, I'm not about to go into details because that's my personal business, my personal life. Like, in details about saying things that only certain people knew about me, or talking about certain situations that they don't know what they're talking about. Like, I'm just gonna mention this part. They were speaking on a situation about me still being legally married to my ex-husband who I'm separated from. Speaking on the situation as if I lied to Samir about what I had going on with my husband, my separated husband. You don't know my life. You don't know what I'm dealing with and what I'm going through. What I have going on with him, we know what it is. I've been separated from my husband for let me give you nosy bitches a year. We've been separated for about 3 years now. But you thought you was spilling some tea, huh? But yeah, 3 years. He has a girlfriend that he's happily with. They live together. They have their thing. This is my husband I'm speaking on. And what I have going on in my life doesn't have nothing to do with him. So if you're gonna speak on my life, baby, come with the facts and code them correct. Tell the whole story or don't tell it at all. Period. Because y'all think y'all know something, but you don't. Haters gonna hate. How you gonna hate from the outside of the club and you can't even get in? But yeah, anyways, speaking on my life, saying things about me, they also wanted to bring up the mighty glorious fact about me and Samir. Because apparently from what I've heard, we're gonna take it a little back. Dust Bucket was making it seem like her and Samir had something going on, and I think Lepcon had shot that down. This is what I heard. So now I'm just like, okay. So I was like, so maybe Lepcon wasn't talking about me, because Lepcon knows about me and Samir. Lepcon knew about me and Samir for a long time, but Lepcon figured it out on his own, right? Right? He did. He was like, well, I think I will never speak on your situation with Samir. Whatever y'all have going on, that's your personal business, and I will never speak on that. I will never talk to nobody about that unless it's with you two, like you and him. But apparently that was a lie, because Lepcon definitely was airing some shit out. He was airing some shit out. He said a lot of things. And the funny thing about it is, hearing that from somebody that I actually trusted, like hearing this story, it never sat right with me, because it's like, dude, you was my friend, and if you didn't want to be friends with me, you should have said that. you didn't have to fake it till you make it. I don't know what you were doing, but the shit was very much weird. Like, that's some weird ass elementary school shit. Like, and sorry that I'm cussing, but I'm not sorry at the same time, because that's very elementary school. Like, you don't have to hang out with me if you don't like me. It's just like you bitch is making me want to throw up. So weird. Anywho, and I'm being like this because, y'all, this shit just happened. This happened at the beginning of the year. Baby, someone texted me, huh? It is definitely, it's only January 8th. This shit happened literally some days, like a week ago. Okay, sorry y'all, I had to text my sister. But yeah, so I'm really still salty about it. Yes, I am, but you know what? You live and you learn. So we're gonna get back into details of other things that I heard about myself. So somebody want to air my shit out with me and Samir, and that's completely fine, because me and Samir didn't want people to know in our business, because we are not dating. And I say that with confidence because we're not. We know what we are, we talk, and that's our thing. That's private. It has nothing to do with anybody, and what we do has nothing to do with them. And the only other people who knew about it was Lepcon and Ava wasn't even there. And I know Ava wouldn't tell nobody because she's a very trustworthy person, and maybe Lepcon needs to take a few hints. Because the funny thing about it is, I never did anything to Lepcon, and I never did anything to Dust Bucket for them to be bashing me and clowning me behind my back. Never. Asked them what I did to them personally. Only thing Dust Bucket gonna try to say is that I stole Samir. How did I steal Samir? When I literally have messages, and I really should pop those messages up, but the way that the messages are set up, you can see like names and pictures, and like it's not like on the phone. Maybe I could, I don't know. But she tried to make it seem like I stole Samir from her, and I didn't. She wanted to make it a friendly competition, her words exactly. And I guess you don't want to be happy for me, but if you would have won, you would have been happy for yourself. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Child, anyways, but at the end of the day, Dust Bucket talked to hella other people. I'm not gonna throw her business out there because I'm not slimy like she is, but she talked to hella other people. So if I want to talk to Samir, why does it matter? You have hundreds. I'm over exaggerating, but you have hella people you could talk to that you already talking to, that you're conversating with at the moment. You're going on dates. So I'm only talking to Samir. Cause tell me who else I'm talking to. Can you do that? Oh, okay. Yeah, because when I like somebody, I only like that person. Because I'm not a... Ooh, I should spell it in sign language. Yeah. But anyways, so yeah. So that's why you tried to make it seem like I stole somebody from her, and I can literally drop the receipts on that. And I've heard Lepcon tried to switch up a situation. Like, something happened. It was like work related, and Dust Bucket, I was helping Dust Bucket out because the boss asked me about her or whatever, and you know, just like helping her as far as like keeping a job working there. And when I told her about it, she was upset about it, and I didn't understand why. So I talked to Lepcon about it, because I was like, I don't know why she's mad. Like, I was trying to help her out, and he was like, if you would have did it for me, I would have been appreciative. Like, you know, he hyping me up, like, as far as I'm doing the right thing. I'm a good ass friend, and he would do the same thing for anybody in there. This is his words. Like, he's saying all of this. So he was like, maybe you should approach her in this way, or maybe you should approach her in this way. So as he's saying this, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna approach her in the way that you're telling me to approach her, because I'm very much confused and I don't want no issues with her, because I somewhat like her as a friend. Yeah. So I approached her in the very, like, I understand where you're coming from, and I will never do it again without talking to you first. And it's not like I went out of my way to go talk to the boss about her. No. He asked me personally about her, and I gave him all good stuff. She's a hard worker. She's a good person. She likes this job. Blah, 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 blah. Like, speaking her up, talking her up, because that's the type of person I am. If I want something for myself, I'm going to get it, but I'm also look out for people who I consider my friends. Next time I know, look out for myself, and don't worry about no bitch, because next thing you know, they're going to be turning on you in like 5.2 seconds. And if I could go back to that day, baby, I would take it back. I really would. Talk to the boss yourself. He would have asked me about her, and I would have said, I don't know nothing about her, but when can I start? That's next time. That's something I'm going to do, because people are so unappreciative. But yeah, Leprechaun tried to switch it up and make it seem like I was bashing her because of the situation, and that was a lie. And he knows it was a lie, and I don't know why he did that. He called himself trying to show screenshots. Baby, I was showing you screenshots because this is exactly what you told me to say in the way that you told me to say it, and I was showing you the responses because I'm like, okay, so she responded like this. And he said out of his own mouth, well, if she's still mad about it, you know what circle to put her in. She's either going to be a coworker or a friend, because a coworker would be mad about something like that, but a friend would be appreciative. When she was still mad about it, I said, okay, coworker it is then, I guess. And he said, well, you know, hear her out, blah, 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 hear her side. And then that was really it. It was nothing malicious about the whole situation. And the way that he switched it up was trifling. Just weird. Just a weird dude. Like, how you for the people, but you ain't for the people at the same time. Make it make sense. If it don't, it don't. Because 2 and 2 ain't adding up. The math is not mathing. But yeah, I'm just going into like a few details of stuff that was apparently said. And remember I told you he was acting stank? Oh, apparently he was acting stank like that when I called him to see where he was at, was because he decided he was going to put me on speakerphone trying to be funny. Yeah, I know you put me on speakerphone, Leprechaun. He was trying to be funny, and that's why he was acting funny, real stank on the phone, like, oh, you can't kick it, you gotta just show up for breakfast. And I'm just like, when do you ever talk to me like that? Because you don't. It's the weird vibes for me. But you know what? I'm gonna explain why I think Leprechaun was acting like that in the Mariah story time, because I really have a strong feeling that they got something to do with her. And see, the thing about me is I can be cool with you, but I don't have to be cool with her. We can have our friendship and you can be friends with her, and that's fine. We're adults, we're grown. Well, I thought you was an adult, but guess you're a child. Apparently. Just young. I'm 24. Y'all acting like this is freaking high school. This is some shit that happened when I was 15. Don't know. Anywho and anyways. So we're gonna go into more details about the event afterward. So I did reach out to Leprechaun because I was mainly hurt the most by Leprechaun, because I'm like, nigga, you was my friend, but you weird. Because don't be trying to act like you're not my friend. You've asked me plenty of times how the girls are doing, how me and Samir's doing, how's everything, are you okay, blah blah blah. Like I talked to you, you talked to me, you opened up. We literally had a heart to heart conversation at a gas station for like an hour long at one point. So like, when I'm just thinking back on these situations, I'm just like, were you just collecting information so you could take it back and talk shit about me? Because this is what makes the situation weird. What was your end game? Ain't adding up. But yeah. So when Monday rolled around, I'm not talking to nobody. Well, I'm talking to Ava, but other than Ava, I'm not talking to nobody, because I don't trust nobody as far as I can throw nobody. And I can't throw them bitches pretty far, so that means I can't trust you. And so I'm just being quiet. I'm in my own world. I'm still pissed. Oh wait, before this actually happened, I did reach out to Leprechaun that Sunday, and I was like, be careful what you say and how you say it, because somebody trying to make it seem like he was talking shit about me, but not even telling him that I know everything that he said, so I know that he was talking shit about me. I worded it like that to see what he was gonna do and see if he was gonna own up to it, and he did not, y'all. This boy said, Jayla, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. His own words. But then he goes back to them, and he didn't even know this part. Goes back to them, and I found out this the same day. It said, Jayla came at me all sideways. Lie. Jayla was being very hostile. Lie. I told Jayla that whatever I said to y'all, I can say it to her. Lie, 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 lie. What is you lying for? You did not say none of that shit. You did not have that same energy, so stop fucking lying. But anyways, back to the story time, because that shit pissed me off. So Monday rolled around, and I'm not talking to nobody at all. I don't have shit to say to you people. And I'm just being in my own world and doing my own thing. And I keep, every day it's something. I keep hearing something about these people. Like, I'm so sick of hearing this shit. Like, I already know these bitches are fake, and I don't fuck with it. The reason why I'm talking to everybody else, as far as like Amber, Ben, Brittany. I wasn't talking to Brittany because Brittany wasn't there, but like she just wasn't there, like at work. And whoever else stayed there. I wasn't talking to none of them because oh, Dust Bucket was talking about me too, y'all. She was bashing me too, but the main focus was the Leprechaun, because Leprechaun had the fuel to the fire. And when he made it seem like he told Dust Bucket that I had said that I was gonna steal Samir from her, she was acting like she wanted to fight me. Then she knows it's a lie. She said that was underhanded as fuck. How was it underhanded when you knew that I liked him and you wanted a friendly competition? Just because I didn't tell you that I was talking to Samir, baby, that's my own personal business. I don't gotta tell you shit. You are not my best friend. I can barely trust you. I don't have to tell you shit, because if you would have started talking to him, baby, you probably would have did the same thing. So like I said, her reaction was fake as hell because she knew I had feelings for Samir. And I got those receipts. But yeah. So fast forward, but Dust Bucket and Leprechaun are both slimy. That's why they got the most slimiest names in the story time. But yeah. So then fast forward, then I have a heart-to-heart with Ben. Ben and I talk, and you know, Ben tells me, you know, like this, he felt this type of way at this certain time, or he felt this type of way at this certain time, and this is why he didn't tell me what happened that day. And I'm just like, you know, it's fine. Like, you know, I explained to him on my side. I'm not gonna really get into much of our heart to heart because that's a personal conversation. I would never air your business out like that because I still fuck with you. But yeah, everybody else, y'all better be glad I'm a nice ass person, because y'all try to make me look like a bitch and I'm not one. I would really air that shit out. But I'm not even gonna do that because that is messy and I'm an angel. But I can though. But anyways, because this story time is getting a little too long, I did have a heart to heart with Ben. I did talk to Brittany. However, I was very skeptical about talking to Brittany because Brittany has a friendship with Dust Bucket, and she also has a friendship with Leprechaun, and I really didn't know where her loyalty lied as far as like the situation. Honestly and truly, I really felt like she should have stayed neutral, because like I never had a personal issue with her. They never had personal issues with her, so she could be neutral. She could be friends with everybody. But to me, it seemed like she was taking sides. But I did eventually hear that, you know, Brittany told them that they was wrong or whatever. But I don't know how true that is. I don't know, because I didn't hear her say nothing like that. But yeah, so Brittany, she's cool, but I mean, I see her rocking with them more. And like I said, it's 2022. I'm not trying to deal with that no more. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping up this story time. I'm gonna tell you what I learned from this experience. I realized that people who say they're your friend most likely probably ain't. If they still want to be friends with people that you fell out with, they most likely talk shit about you. They most likely hear the shit about you and they believe it. And even though that they're your friend, they will be your friend in your face and talk behind your back. That's another thing. Apparently, before I even got to the brunch, they were talking shit about me before I got there, and they was talking shit about me when I left. So y'all, it was a session, it was a period when y'all was having fun with me in between your shit talk. Like, that's weird as hell. Like, y'all was literally having fun with me, and I can post it up. I was taking pictures in the mirror and everything, was playing games, was having a good time. I'm gonna block her face out. Even from that night, New Year's Eve night, like, I was having fun with Leprechaun. We was having a good time. I took a video with Leprechaun. No red flags. Like, that's what makes it so weird. This shit happens in real life. Like, people would literally not know that people do not fuck with them until it's too late. Like, I've seen so many crime stories where friends would kill that one person that they do not like, but they will make it seem like they like that person. Like, if you watch Lifetime movies, baby, you know. If you know, you know, period. It's just that simple. But let me get back to my growth of what I learned. You just can't trust everybody, and just because they say you're a friend, most likely they ain't your friend. Because I thought Leprechaun was my friend, but apparently Leprechaun was not. Leprechaun was just using me for information, and Leprechaun was being grimy behind my back. I really learned a hard lesson that stop trusting people, because that's my issue and that's my problem. I need to stop having people around me that's not going to have my best interests at heart. I need to stop having people around me that's going to get jealous of your successes or your relations, because why are you jealous, baby? That's what it's giving. and I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, and I will say it again. Anywho, let me stop being staying. But yeah, my battery's about to die, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't, oh fucking well, I don't give a fuck. I'm just kidding. If you don't like it, it's probably the people who I'm talking about. They're gonna probably put the thumbs down and probably put a negative comment. I don't really care. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching my video. Queen J out.